Hi, Taurus. I'm Heather Dawn. This is your tarot reading for Summer Solstice 2025. That is June 20th, and it will kickstart the summer season here in Nashville. You may not be in Nashville, but if you are, we are in summer. And it will expand for the next 3 months until we reach the autumnal equinox on September 22nd, I do believe. And your reading for June, better late than never, but it is going to span the time frame of summer solstice all the way for the next 3 months. But I will be doing July readings, but this particular June tarot reading with me is going to be focused on what the light of truth, the longest day of the year, the summer solstice, what that sun energy, the fire, the truth brings in for you. What are you working on? What can you expect? What advice can you summon? Okay, Knight of Swords. First card out, Knight of Swords. That's quick energy. That is, let's see what else goes up with him. We have the Page of Coins. That's slow energy. Right away, I am seeing a push and pull, especially the way that I put these down. Put them down like this. One direction you are wanting to run toward, maybe run away from this slow energy. The other direction you are looking into is like slow and steady. That is the voice of the angel there. And we also, what in the world? I haven't looked at this card quite so closely, but it's interesting. There's a book on the ground with this Page of Pentacles. I hope I said the Page of Pentacles earlier, but you know, this is the wisdom seeker. Pentacles it is earth energy, which is you, Taurus, and it's slow and steady, learning as you go, being very cautious as you go. You know, feeling like the student. The page is more student energy, childlike energy. It doesn't necessarily mean childlike. It just means, you know, if we're going from a page, then we go to the knight, the queen, the king. Like you are at the starting point of creating structure, and slow and steady does it. Now, there's something pulling you in the other direction, which is like you want something to happen really fast. You have this drive, this desire. The Knight of Swords can come with a little bit of caution. It depends on what comes out with this card. I'll see in just a second. But there is, you know, often the advice with the Knight of Swords of, I mean, it could be advice of two things. Again, it depends on what comes out with it, but there's the advice of maybe hold off on rushing in, because sometimes the swords can just react so quickly that they end up regretting this fast action that can be biting and sharp with their sword. Or the advice could be like, maybe that's what you need to do. Oh, we'll see. We'll see what comes out with that in a minute. Let me pull one more card to put down here in this trinity. Okay, Six of Coins. Six of Coins. So in the center here with the Page of Coins, looking very steadfastly at the Six of Coins. The Six of Coins is accepting help in the name of you yourself being in a position to offer help in the future. There is this reciprocity energy with this. It's like you are fully aware. There's a lot of pentacles here. You're fully aware that there is a balance of give and take, giving and receiving. Sometimes we are all in this position of being able to offer help to those in need, and sometimes we are in the position of being the one who is in need, and someone shows up to help us. This feels like a very healthy dynamic that's going on. Someone is offering you assistance, again, to put you, you're fully aware, it is to put you into the position where you will in the future be in a position to help other people in the same way that you are being helped right now. The pentacles are, they can be career and financial related, but more than anything, they are security, safety, stability, building your foundation, building a strong structure. This takes time. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes knowledge with that book on the ground. It's a process. It's a slow and steady process. Now, behind the Page of Coins is that Knight of Swords wanting to rush towards something. I'm curious, what is it that you want to rush toward? The Ten of Pentacles. You're like, can this please be done? Can we just get to the Ten of Pentacles? Like, why am I at the Six? Why do I have to learn this process of like, I have to receive in order to give. I have to give in order to receive. You're really just wanting the work to be done. The Ten of Pentacles, that is reaching a goal that you have set in your security. Now, this is the card of legacy. Of course, it is like complete abundance, lots of prosperity. It's honestly, I love this card because what it means is like, this is when you get to the point where you have done so much work. There's so much work involved with the Ten of Pentacles. And again, it is a slow, steady, earth bound, feet on the ground. You can't rush this. You have to be stable. You have to be steady. There's a process. There's step by step to get to the Ten of Pentacles. But when you get there, my friend, when you get there, you are in a position of healing, of having a story that you are proud of having a life that you are proud of having such a strong foundation and so much to show for it. And right now you're at the Six. You're at the Six and you want to be at the 10 real bad. You want to rush the process, but honey, you can't rush the process. I get this. It's like there's an impatience and there's a knowing that you're going to get here, but there's also a knowing, I think, with that Knight of Swords, you know that it's not going to go as fast as you want it to go. It is a process, step by step. All right, Page of Coins. So many pentacles for you. The 8. All right, this tells me, like, whatever context this is for you, whatever you're building toward, whatever you are reworking the structure of your life. You are doing things very differently. You are methodical. It's annoying. It's boring. It's monotonous. It's like you have to do things over and over and over again. There's processes involved. It's like you have to show up consistently. You have to do things over and over again, like I said. And yeah, there's monotony, there's boredom, but there's a lot of safety. There's predictability. And for an earth sign like yourself, there is nothing more empowering than this, because it is, Taurus is the sign of devotion. It is the sign of stability and faith. You are building something, you are working on something, and you have an end goal in mind. It's very clear. You're at the 6. You are, it feels to me like between the 6 and the 8, whatever that means to you, in this process of getting to like the completion of a goal. The 6th and the 8th step go really hand in hand for some reason. What it tells me too is like maybe where you're at right now feels arduous. It feels like it's like it's never going to end. It also is probably putting you in a place of, being down here, someone up above you. This could very much mean like putting your faith in, I'm going to go there, but putting your faith in God or a higher power, putting your faith in someone else who has reached the 10. They are at the 10. They are in a position where they have built their legacy, they have built their structure, and they have the knowledge, the wisdom, the experience to offer you the pentacles, the coins, to give you. And you can trust this person, absolutely, because they've been through it already. But the hardest part for you is that you're down here. You're in a position of of humility and what's the word I'm looking for? Vulnerability. I mean, these are people begging, begging for help. People so low on, down in their life, down in the dumps, hitting rock bottom, having to accept help, having to ask for help, having to show up for help. That's a hard position to be in, especially for a Taurus, because Taurus, they are the Hierophant card in the tarot, and that is, that's the Pope on the throne. That's like someone who has their life together and very your reputation and your opinion of yourself is really important. And for you to be here, down here, asking for help with your hands out, like, please, sir, can I have can I have a shilling? That's hard. It's humbling. It's humbling. It's embarrassing. It's necessary. It's necessary, especially to get you to the 8 and then to the 10. And there's a huge part of you with this Knight of Swords connected to the 10 of Coins. It's like, you just want to skip this step. Can we just skip this step, please? I don't want to be down here asking for forgiveness or asking for help. I don't want to be down here. Can we just skip this? Can we go straight to the 10? Can we just go straight to the 8? The 8 is, it's funny because you are at the 6, which I feel like is, and however this applies to your life, but I feel like this is a long, on your journey, you've reached the halfway mark for sure, because we're going from the Ace to the 10, right? So at the 6, you've reached the halfway mark with that 5, but crossing over into this, past the halfway mark, it's like, oh my God, now there's a lot of work to do now. The 5s are always like, you make that decision, you've crossed that midway point, and now you think you're in the home stretch. Well, honey, you are in the home stretch, but the work is not over. And actually the work is a whole new layer and new level of like, having to ask for help from someone who is so willing to give it to you, so knowledgeable, so available. This is hard on your ego. That's all. No big deal. I make it sound so no big deal, but it's hard. It's not where you want to be. But because you're attached to the 8 of Pentacles in the present, you're showing up. The key to getting, I feel like once you get past this place, wherever you are, there's always, more things to do. There's more work to do. The work is never done. But I feel like the message with the 8 of Pentacles is that when you're doing something new, and especially when you're doing something new that you have to ask for help, when you realize you cannot do something by yourself, you can't figure it out, you have to learn, you have to get knowledge from people who have that knowledge and experience. It's hard to ask for help. It's hard to show up. It's hard on your ego. But when you consistently show up, the things that were very debilitating and confusing and really difficult and challenging at the beginning become easier as you go. They don't get easy, they just get easier. And you learn how to resolve things quickly. The 8 of Pentacles is the workman at the bench, right? And he is creating pinnacle after pinnacle after pinnacle after pinnacle. This is someone who shows up, does the same thing over and over and over again. It's kind of like, if you're telling yourself the same thing over and over again, if you say catchphrases to yourself over and over again, it's kind of like you know, some days you want to roll your eyes about it. Some days you're like, why do I have to do the same thing over and over again? Why do I have to keep showing up? And well, it's because like you are perfecting your craft. You're perfecting your craft, and things are getting easier. You're getting faster. You recognize how to polish that coin a little quicker. You understand what doesn't work, and so you don't do it that way anymore. This is you figuring things out for yourself, but with help, of course. But the only way you really figure it out in your own unique style is, yes, you get the advice and the wisdom and the experience and the stories from other people who have been on this journey too. But you're creating your own story. You're creating your own, you know, legacy with the Ten of Pentacles. Now, yes, with the Eight of Coins, Eight of Pentacles, like there is a structured path that lays the groundwork for you. But you get to decide and figure out with curiosity and by choosing to show up what works for you within that system that's already established. Okay, let's get one more card. For the Six of Coins, we have the Empress. Oh, I love that. You are mothering yourself in this. This could have really strong ties to your mother somehow. You are becoming your own mother. You are learning how to give yourself what your mother did not give you. You are creating and giving birth to a new life for yourself in this process. It does require asking for help. It does require surrender. And then what comes from it? Well, it takes time, right? This is the card of pregnancy. It takes time. You know, you don't just get pregnant and have a baby the next day. It takes a long time, a lot of emotions, a lot of changes. And at first, the changes, there's just awareness that something new is coming, but the changes don't start showing up right away. It's not until you get closer to that goal, to the end of that, you know, that pregnancy of whatever you're trying to birth, this new life for yourself, that you start seeing massive results. There's also a message here of like, I always talk about the 3 trimesters when the Empress shows up. So and I ask, like, what trimester are you in the process of giving birth to a new life for yourself through the structured system that you have been working on for a while? You're across the midway point, but and I think 6 is, you know, across the midway point. What trimester are you in? I mean, I think, just because the 6 of Pentacles is here, I think you're in that midpoint of pregnancy, of giving birth to the new life, of like, you know, things are getting real. It's not just this idea of a new life anymore. It's like, oh, I'm starting to see results. I don't have the big result yet, but I'm starting to see results, and, you know, it's starting to get real. Ooh. All right, let's get a shadow card for you. Now, again, this is for the next 3 months, but I'm kind of starting this reading centered around the summer solstice. So this summer is going to be, it's going to be a summer of working on reaching that goal that you have for yourself. And you can do it. You're going to make huge strides this summer, but it takes consistency. It takes asking for help. It takes a release of your ego. You're not going to get it quickly, even though you really want it to happen that way. This takes time. I know we're talking about the next 3 months, but I do think that so the Empress can often mean spring equinox, but she's also the queen of the harvest for me, which is autumnal equinox. So maybe there's a huge connection for you time-wise from this spring equinox to the fall equinox, like some kind of culmination point that happens for you in the fall of what you're working on now. Let's get your shadow card. Four of Swords. You are in a, I was going to say a place of recovery. You are in recovery. You are in a place of rest. I love this card, the Four of Swords. This is healing and rest and processing after the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak, loss, disappointment, the childhood wound, all the trauma, everything that we wish we could have done different, the grief, the remorse, the way we've hurt people, the way people have hurt us. It's a huge processing, and it's so intertwined with all of this for you. And the healing comes from doing the work, and the work is processing the grief and the gratitude in equal parts. So this card came out for me so much during COVID because, you know, there was so much grief activated simultaneously with like this juxtaposition of so much gratitude, and the small things in our life became so apparent. We were able to slow down and take the time to look at the small, beautiful things. And this is the weary soldier who has come back from the war, survived the war, but damn, it was hard. Did things that they wish they didn't had to have done, lost people along the way, engaged in something that they may not even have wanted to do or agreed with, but they had to do for whatever reason. They survived. You survived, though. And now it's time to process. And process you are. Make sure you have, and this goes with the Empress card too, make sure you have lots of time in your schedule to just rest. It's like when you're working on something like this that requires devotion and diligence and just repetition and hard work and humility and death of the ego, like it is more physically exhausting and mentally exhausting and spiritually exhausting than any other type of work. It takes out so much from you when you are doing the hard work of healing the core wound. It could have to do with your mother. You are relearning how to, I say relearning because we all come from source. We all come from love. And you are learning how to love yourself. You're learning how to mother yourself. And the process for you does require you to be in this humble position of asking for help and to be into some kind of structured system that gives that gift to you. I love you so much. I love you so much. Happy summer solstice. Happy summer. Keep doing the work. If you ever want a private reading with me, please reach out. And I will see you soon, Taurus. Bye.